Well, seasons change and certain things definitely stay the same. Just like the rivalry that exists between Nigeria and South Africa, it will always exist. But the beautiful thing about sport is that it unites us and we're able to come together, have civil conversations, agree to disagree, all because of this round thing called a football. Ade, don't you think so? Right?
I almost got you to support the Super Eagles during the Nations Cup.
You really did, and I'm glad I didn't, because I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I didn't. Welcome to Fut-Afrique. If you don't know him, now you do. His name is Adelani and we're here to have conversations that have to do with everything African football. No egos, no beef, no nothing. Ade, let's start.
I saw what you did there. No Eagles.
Let's start off with the trivia question from last week. Last week's trivia question, we asked you, in what year was the Africa Cup of Nations expanded to a 24-team tournament? Ade, this is where you give me the answer.
By the 20th of July 2017, it was prepared for the 2019 tournament.
2017, we're now on the edition of 2023, moving on to the 2025 edition, so it has been running for quite some time. That is the answer for last week's trivia question. Thank you so much for interacting with us. If you want to join along into the fun and test your African football knowledge, make sure that you answer this week's question, where we are asking you, which nation was the first from Africa to qualify for the FIFA World Cup, the men's edition? Simple as that.
That's right, and they would have to watch the show next week to find out the answer to them. I can't give it.
Leading up to that, make sure that you interact with us on all social media platforms and use that hashtag. It's hashtag Fut-Afrique. Now, let's get into the conversations, Ida, because that's exactly what you're here for. We kick-started on a somber note, though, as the South African football world mourns the death of yet another rising star. 24-year-old Luke Fleurs, unfortunately, passed away this week due to a hijacking that did not go well.
Terrible. I was looking forward to seeing him come into the South African fold. I've been following him since his under 17 days, under 23 days, representing South Africa from Cape Town to Kaizer Chiefs, his journey. A player with a lot of potential, and my heart bleeds when I hear this terrible news. Yeah,
well, absolutely. Love and light to the family of Kaizer Chiefs, the family of SuperSport United, South Africa as a whole, because he did play in all the development age divisions. But just then, as we thought that we were going to see him make his debut at Kaizer Chiefs, unfortunately, we were met with his untimely passing. Condolences to the South African football fraternity at large from us here at Fut-Afrique. Now, I did say that this week we're talking all things about the CAF Champions League, and that's exactly what we're going to talk about. This is the competition where we say this is the pitbull competition, because not everyone can literally bite, because everyone barks, but only one team this week bit, and it was Ahly, because they're the only team that scored.
Itu, you know that African saying that says just because the rivers are calm doesn't mean a crocodile isn't in there.
Absolutely.
And that's what we saw. We were worried about the goal scoring. The teams have been defending well in the quarterfinals. Our Ahly, a very, very good side. And we saw that against Simba, they just had the experience. In the first leg, they didn't produce as many opportunities as Simba did, but they scored the all-important goal. And every team needs to take a cue from our Ahly, how to play football.
You talk about that and we'll get into the game, but let's just talk about how Tanzania, this was a moment for them. I mean, it started on the Friday, then the Saturday, the Benjamin Mkapa Stadium lit up, and it was nothing but roars and chants of people coming out to support their two teams that are present within this competition.
And that's what I'm trying to say, that every team that has participated in this quarterfinals can be proud of themselves. Tanzanian football, it's improving. It's a beautiful time for them, and they're the only country that have two teams representing them. Tanzania, Simba had Abdul Ben Shika. That coach knew exactly how to play our Ahly, because it won the Confederations Cup the year before. It won the Super Cup, beating our Ahly. And the Tanzanian teams, well, they've produced a lot of chances, but then the striking department is where they need to improve.
The biggest Achilles part, right?
Yes.
And I want us, let's go to Ahly and Simba, because you've already touched on that. Ahly and Simba have met in the past in the Champions League, not necessarily that many times, but many would expect Al Ahly to dominate this fixture just because of on paper. But over the years, it's been a fixture that has really been neck to neck with the two teams.
That's right. Our Ahly hasn't beaten Simba in Tanzania, so it was a first for them. But what I like about our Ahly was just that tradition that even when their best isn't available, we saw that their goalkeeper El Shanawi wasn't available in the first leg. He had kept 35 clean sheets in 50 matches, but is the man that came through to replace him.
And he was busy.
Schubert was amazing.
He was
For me,
busy.
the man of the match. They also had the defender Diang, the Malian, that he's the destroyer in their midfield. He wasn't available, but who came through? Ateya was the player that replaced him. He was very good. The goalkeeper, the goal scorer rather, Koka in the first leg. Young, dynamic player, couldn't make it to the Nations Cup, unfortunately, because he had an injury. But our Ahly, a well-rounded team.
Yeah, well-rounded team. You know that you have a good team if you've got depth within your squad, because if your first choice players are not available, you're able to pull and shuffle the cards a bit and you still produce a victory. Baka was lucky that wasn't an own goal. When we come back, we talk about the rest of the games that took place, but we also turn our attention to the CAF Confederations Cup.